On today's episode, I'm going to teach you a little trick that's giving me the best compression I've ever had in my whole journey. So stay tuned. You are watching the over-the-top Miracle Swing. Good morning, Miracle Swingers. I am posting a video today before I go play in my skins game with all the top players in the area. This is always such a fun day on Tuesdays. I get to play with guys who played in the Masters, the US Open, national champions. Oh my gosh, it's pretty incredible. But what I'm going to be talking about today is the power shift in the sit move, getting into that lead leg so we can blast out of it. Now, the swing is taught very much like it swings around the body, and I'm seeing it less and less like that nowadays. To me, it's more like a karate punch. It's like my body's rotating, but I'm not swinging around it. I'm pulling back to the inside. I go OTT, and then I rip through, pulling back to the inside again. And this is allowing me to use the club and leverage it in a different way. So I'm going to take you through all of this. Now, guys, I am working on some dream package Miracle Swing experiences for 2024. So I'm going to get those posted and I'm going to share those with you as soon as I can. I'm going to keep working on my golf swing. I've been working on it and I'm going to get back into the routine. I'm sorry, I've been super duper busy launching the new company. But guys, the best is yet to come. 2024 is coming, and get ready. I want you to be ready for the Christmas sale. We're going to be selling the over-the-top Miracle Swing at a great discount price. I want you guys to get it, and also we have the over-the-top Miracle Swing OTT checklist. This is a little introduction to it. If you don't want to buy the full program, you can get this. This is a kind of like a Cliff's Notes version of it. And I want you to play the best golf that you can. So let's get into today's video. Okay, guys, so I headed out to the golf course and I just had this idea about trying to get a little bit steeper into the golf ball. And so actually I was hitting golf balls having a conversation with Andy Brummer, who is the author of many, many golf books. He co-wrote The Impact Zone with Bobby Clampett, and we were talking about the old timers, and one of the things that Andy said to me kind of sparked this idea. He said, well, you know, those old timers, a lot of them, they really loaded down into their lead leg. You know, he was talking about how they kind of like dipped into it, and where the knee went, and you know, over the foot. And I was like, you know, that's kind of an interesting idea. And while we were talking, I started doing it, where I was just kind of like allowing my hips to kind of tilt a little bit towards the target. My lead hip, I let it dip down a little bit as I loaded into my front leg. Now, from this front angle, you can maybe see it a little bit. It's honest to God, it's hardly visible in my golf swing. But we can see that I have a little more flex in my lead leg, and I have a little bit more tilt towards the target. And this is a look that Ben Hogan, Jerry Barber, a lot of these guys had. Now, I'll tell you, I was just striping these golf balls and people were noticing. So let's take a look at this swing real quick. We're going to see how far in front that divot is. I mean, it's a mile up there. So it was really helping me to get my low point forward. It was helping me to compress the golf ball. Now, one of the reasons why I don't dig a hole to China is because I'm blasting out of that lead leg. That's the key. You load into it and you blast out of it. So let's take a look at this 5-wood real quick. We're going to see me load down into it, and then we're going to see me blast out of it. Okay, now I'm going to finish up this session with some 7-irons here. Just nice smooth swings. And again, this is one of those days where the compression is so good. It's just a joy to hit golf balls like this. So remember, guys, Load into that lead leg. Don't be afraid to let your left hip get a little bit lower at the top of your backswing. And then that's going to give you a lot of power to blast out and rotate.
Here's to the crazy ones. The misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward, and while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Be a misfit, be a rebel, be a troublemaker, be crazy. Some folks used to call Christo Garcia crazy. Not anymore.
Woo! I love your swing.
This is the over-the-top miracle swing.